I'm Jason Robinhood, and these are the stocks of the day for Monday, February 14th, 2022. Okay, so it is currently 2:52 p.m. here in Las Vegas, Monday, February 14th, 2022. Happy Valentine's Day to everyone. Unfortunately, we had a red day in the market for all three of the major indexes. The Dow Jones was down 170 points, currently trading at 34,566. The S&P 500 was down 16 points, currently trading at 4,401 points. The NASDAQ 100 was basically even. It was down 0.23 of 1% today, so it was basically flat on a day, currently trading at 13,790. The VIX is at a 28 handle. That was plus 3% today. The 10-year is under 2% and it's currently at a 1.986 handle. Let's see what Bitcoin is at. Bitcoin looks like it's having a pretty good day. It's up to over $300, currently trading at $42,000 a coin. In this series, we go over the stocks of the day for each of the major indexes. We go over about 5 stocks from each of the major indexes. So we go over about 15 to 16 stocks in the stock market, the best performing stocks in the stock market. So I think this is helpful for long-term and short-term investors. The first 5 stocks we're going to go over are for the Dow Jones. As I mentioned, it was a red day for the Dow Jones today. The Dow Jones was down 170 points, but we found 5 winners. The first stock we're going to go over for the best performing stocks in the Dow Jones is ticker symbol NKE, Nike. Nike was plus 1.01% today. It picked up a little bit in the after hours market. That's a pretty good sign. It did not sell off. Nike is actually down only 1%, 1.22% in the past year. If you're looking for the high in the stock, that looks like that was around November 5th, $177 a share. Currently trading about 40 or 30 $36 under that, $141 a share. So you want to pay attention to that $177 a share mark. And if you've been a long-term investor in Nike, Nike has returned plus 151.13% over the past 5 years. Nike does pay a 0.81% dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the Dow Jones is ticker symbol DIS, Disney. Disney was plus 0.92% today. People bought 0.09 of a percent in the after hours market, so they did not sell it off in the after hours market. That is always a good sign. Disney is actually down 19% in the past year, so it's clearly underperforming the Dow Jones by 30%, basically 25 to 30%. If you're looking for a high in the stock, that price was $201 a share, and we're currently trading at $150 a share. So obviously you want to pay attention to the next $51. And if you've been a long-term investor in Disney, the past 5 years, Disney has returned plus 38.50%. And Disney, unfortunately, does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the Dow Jones is ticker symbol KO, Coca-Cola. Coca-Cola was up 0.65% today. It gave back 0.03% in the after hours market. Basically nothing in the after hours market. That's a pretty good sign. Coca-Cola is actually up 19.83%. So I think it's outperforming the Dow Jones by either 10 to 15%. I think the Dow Jones is up at least 10% in the past year, 5 to 10%. So you would say Coca-Cola is outperforming the Dow Jones by at least 10%. And for the past 5 years, if you've been an investor in Coca-Cola, Coca-Cola is plus 48.79% for the past 5 years. Coca-Cola does pay a 2.79% dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the Dow Jones is ticker symbol HD, Home Depot. As you can see, Home Depot was up 0.36% today. It has not given any of that back in the after hours market. Home Depot is actually up 26.91% in the past year, clearly outperforming the Dow Jones. If you're looking for the high, that looks like that price is around $416 a share, currently trading at $351 a share. And if you've been a long-term investor in Home Depot for the past 5 years, Home Depot is plus 150.27%. And Home Depot pays a 1.88% dividend. Next stock for the best performing stocks in the Dow Jones is ticker symbol Visa. Visa was plus 0.29% today. It has not given any of that back in the after hours market. Visa is only up 6.9% in the past year, so it's basically trading in line with the Dow Jones, maybe underperforming the Dow Jones by maybe 3 to 4%. But if you've been a long-term investor in Visa for the past 5 years, Visa is plus 161.42%. And Visa pays a 0.59% dividend. So those were the top 5 performance stocks in the Dow Jones. As I mentioned, the Dow Jones was negative 170 points today, currently trading at 34,566. Obviously, we want to keep an eye on those 566 points. Hopefully, we could not have more days where we're down 170 points. If we do, we will be trading down to 33,000. But if we could hold that 566 points, we could be trading back up to 35,000 on the Dow Jones. That's what we're looking forward to. Next 5 stocks we're going to go over are for the S&P 500. As I mentioned, the S&P 500 was down 16 points today, but we found 5 winners. First stock for the best performance stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol EXPE, Expedia. As you can see, Expedia was up only 2.63% today, but it has not given any of that back in the after hours market. That is a great sign. Expedia is actually up 34.67%. I think the S&P 500 was up 15 to about 20% last year. So Expedia is clearly outperforming the S&P 500, and it's at the top of the chart right now, trading at 197. And if you've been an investor in Expedia the past 5 years, Expedia has returned plus 60.22%. I think that was the closing bell. And if you've been Expedia does pay a 0.26% dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol LVS. Las Vegas Sands. Las Vegas Sands was plus 2.33% today. It has not given any of that back in the after hours market. That is a pretty good sign. Las Vegas Sands is actually down 18.44%. This is a pretty bad chart. But if you're looking for the highs in the stock, it looks like it happened about a month from now, last year, around March 15th, and that price was $66 a share, currently trading at $46 a share. So obviously, you want to keep an eye on us next $20 to $21. But unfortunately, if you've been a long-term investor in ticker symbol LVS, you've lost 12.68% of your investment. You can see Las Vegas Sands takes a lot of huge dips. You see in June of 2008, it dropped from 80 all the way down to 48. Oh my goodness. And then obviously 21. And then you can see another, seems like once a year, this stock just cuts in half, right? Like once a year. So probably not a stock I would invest in. And LVS does not pay a dividend. Does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol KMX, COMEX. COMEX was plus 2.29% today. It has not given any of that back in the after hours market. COMEX is actually down 11.85% in the past year, clearly underperforming the S&P 500. But COMEX, if you've been a long-term investor in COMEX for the past 5 years, is actually plus 60.30% for the past 63.30% for the past 5 years. And COMEX does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performing stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol NWL. NWL was up 2.17% today, and it has not given any of that back in the after hours market. NWL is actually up 2.72%, clearly underperforming the S&P 500 the past year, but it's up. And if you're looking for a high in the stock, that price was $29 a share. That was around May of last year. We're currently trading at $24 a share. So you want to keep an eye on the next $5-6. But unfortunately, if you've been a long-term investor in ticker symbol NWL for the past 5 years, you have lost 46.20% of your money. And NWL does pay a 3.77% dividend. And the last stock we're going to go over for the best performing stocks in the S&P 500 is ticker symbol MPWR. MPWR was plus 2.13% today. It has not given any of that back in the after hours market. That is a really, really good sign. NPWR is actually up 11.76%. If you're looking for a high in the stock, that price was $575 a share in November. $575 a share in November. Currently trading at $433 a share. And if you've been a long-term investor in MPWR for the past 5 years, this stock has returned 389.46%, clearly a bull market stock, and it pays a 0.57% dividend. MPWR. And those were the top 5 performance stocks in the S&P 500. As I mentioned, the S&P 500 was negative 16 points today, but we did manage to hold 4,400. We're currently trading at 4,401. Obviously, we didn't sell 17 points or 18 points. We sold off 16 points to the penny, so that was a pretty good sign. Hopefully, we don't sell off any more tomorrow, and we could hold 4,400. If not, we will be trading all the way back down to 4,300 in the S&P 500. And the final 5 stocks we're going to go over for the NASDAQ 100. As I mentioned, the NASDAQ 100 was basically even today, down 0.23%. First stock we're going to go over for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is ticker symbol SPLK, Splunk. I believe Splunk was a takeover bid. That's why this stock is up 9.11%. I believe a company is bidding to take over Splunk. So it wasn't, obviously it's good news for Splunk shareholders, but it wasn't like earnings or any other specific news as to why the stock is up 9% today in a red market. Splunk is actually down 28.18%. When stocks sell off like this, really valuable companies like this, obviously other companies look at how much the stock is sold off and then obviously make a bid for a stock that's down 40% on a year. It's a easier price to buy a stock down 40% when you want to take it over. And for the past 5 years, if you've been a long-term investor in ticker symbol SPLK, Splunk, Splunk has returned 98.62%. But Splunk does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performing stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is ticker symbol LCID. Lucid Group was up 6.19% today, but it gave back a little more than 1/4% in the after hours market. 0.33% in the after hours market. Not bad for a stock that was up 6% today. Lucid Group is, oh my goodness, this chart looks exactly like Splunk's. down 28.64% in the past year. This stock is underperforming, clearly underperforming the NASDAQ 100. But for the past 5 years, if you've been an investor in Lucid, this stock is actually positive 166%. Is that even possible? I guess it started trading in 2021, really? IPO last year around $18 a share. Okay. And Lucid Group does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is ticker symbol MELI. Mercade Libre. I don't think that's how you pronounce that. Ticker symbol MELI was up 2.56% today. It has not given any of that back in the after hours market. Oh my goodness, this chart is, all three of these charts are just terrible. This is actually the worst chart we've seen. MELI is actually down 42.86% for the past year. That is really, really bad, 42%. But somehow this stock is actually still up 470.92% in the past 5 years. Wow. And this stock, ticker symbol MELI, does not pay a dividend. Next stock for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is ticker symbol PANW, Palo Alto Networks. Palo Alto Networks was up 2.13% today. It has not given any of that back in the after hours market. Palo Alto Networks is actually up 30.91%. Clearly in a bull market, not really paying attention to the rest of the market. This stock hasn't really traded back except for in December. It sold off for basically a week. But this stock is pretty good. I want to keep an eye on this stock. Palo Alto Network for the past 5 years, if you've been a long-term investor in this stock, has been positive plus 235.13% for the past 5 years. And Palo Alto Networks does not pay a dividend. And the last stock we're going to go over for the best performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100 is ticker symbol TSLA. Tesla. Tesla had a really good day today. Tesla was plus 1.83% today, and people were still buying it in the after hours market. 0.14% in the after hours market was bought. Tesla's actually only up 7% in the past year. If you're looking for a high in this stock, wow, this stock was trading at around 1,200 a few months ago. Wow, in November, this stock was November and almost at the end of December. Yeah, a month ago, this stock in January 3rd, this stock was trading at $1,200 a share. Basically, a month ago, we've sold off a lot. $1,229 a share, and we're all the way down to $877 a share. Wow. Tesla is if you've been a long-term investor in Tesla, Tesla has returned plus 1,519.64% in the past 5 years. Clearly an extreme bull market for Tesla. Tesla does not pay a dividend. So those were the top 5 performance stocks in the NASDAQ 100. As I mentioned, the NASDAQ 100 was basically even on the day, only down 0.23% of a percent today. Currently trading at 13,790. Obviously, we want to keep 100. We want to keep an eye on those 700 points. Hopefully, hold those and then trade back up to 14,000. If not, if we can't hold those 790 points, we're going to be trading back down to 12,000 on the NASDAQ 100, and that would not be cool. Well, I'm Jason Robinhood. Did you discover any new stocks in this video? Do you have any great performance stocks in your portfolio? I'm Jason Robinhood. These were the stocks of the day for Monday, February 14th, 2022. Stay long in the stock market.